Welcome to It All Boils Down to This, the podcast where father and son take the kitchen table arguments and heated discussions from their home directly to yours. Jim and Jack Boyle will explore the world as only they can. We might even let a few guests join the fun. So sit back, choose a side, watch the water temperature rise, and enjoy stimulating generational conversation about sports and life. Welcome to episode 55 of It All Boils Down to This. As you can see, we're back to Zoom after one fun week in the studio, which we'll be back in next week. I had the opportunity to go down to Florida to take some business down here. Jack is up in Nashua to take some business up there, watching Ella. So, Jack, first of all, how's that watch of Ella going?
Fine. I haven't been here that long. It was good last night. I just watched the Celtics. I'm here again. Got to get something to eat. So we're dog sitting and we're getting ready for college football, the World Series, and some NBA.
Yep, and I'll be back tomorrow in town, so we'll be ready to go back in the studio on Wednesday. We're going to be back on normal schedule. Like I said, I really enjoyed being in that new studio. You look good. You look like
No.
Yeah, George Stephanopoulos.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
I was going to say somebody else. Let's start with the NBA.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Let's start with the NBA. The Celtics have started off 2-0. It's Friday. I don't know what date it is today. Friday was the 24th, 25th, or 26th, one of those days. So, initial impressions. I have not seen the first two games because I've been down here and I was traveling when they played and it looked like they killed everybody. What do you got?
They've went from like Mavericks in 5 to the game of basketball is broken. Like Nick writes, he's a disgrace to the sport. I mean, he wants them to change the rules. It was like, dude, you picked the Mavericks to win in 5. It's like we don't even go from a period of like, wow, this team's good. We go from they're not good enough to win to they're too good for the sport. It's crazy how good they've looked the first 2 games. I mean, they're just getting better and better and better and better and better. Like they're starting to, I think, really establish like an offensive big 3 with Derek White with the other 2, where they're just gonna all average over 20 points and just go probably average close to 80 points a game this year. Those 3, I don't know, they're ridiculous, and they're gonna win. They're gonna win again, and they're gonna chase 70 wins this year. They should if they stay healthy.
Well, again, health is going to be important. What's the situation with the backup for Al? Al, who's backing up Al? Cornette or
I don't know. Cornette's look good. Their Tillman's look good. They just can play guys. No matter what, they always have guys on the court. So like they're never gonna look. There's never a time where they're gonna look bad. They're always gonna have one of Tatum or Brown on the court, and they're gonna have one of Holiday or White on the court with them. So like even with Porzingis hurt, they're no matter who they play as a backup or whatever, they're gonna have talent on the court. That almost at all times they have more talent than the other team on the court, especially with Pritchard and Hauser, the way they can score. I know Hauser's hurt a little bit, but wow.
What happens when they get pulled like they did last night?
Who cares? They would. I think
they're
they
going to
were
run into that situation. They're going to run into a player who gets completely hot with a pretty good team. They're going to lose.
Yeah, they won by 30. I know they played the Wizards, but they won by 30. Cool. Get hot. Cool, that's fine.
Like 30 or 20.
He hit all those shots. It didn't matter. You need the way Tatum and Brown. Now I thought the first time Tatum didn't play last night, Brown did not look great, like leading the offense, and it was like, oh, you kind of need Porzingis for when Tatum goes out with Brown. But then in the end of the third quarter, when it was like a 20-point game and Tatum came out, and at the start of the fourth, instead of letting that get under 15 and like having to bring the guys back, Tatum back in, everything back in, Jalen, I mean, he went into like top 10 player in the league mode and dominated the end of the third quarter and started the fourth quarter. So you kind of you're like, oh, that's not a problem. So then there's no problems with this team. There just isn't. You can't find a single problem. What if they get pulled? Who cares? You can just ride it. They're going to score enough points and they're going to get stops at the end of the day. They're eventually going to get stops.
Right. So the first 2 days have been very fun. People are bitching already about them, although I know the consensus is
you can watch Derek White.
They're going to win everything anyway. NBA, we'll get once we get through the World Series, we'll really go heavy into the NBA as they get more in action. We can talk some of the other teams, make everyone's predictions, and we'll add that onto the fun. Let's go to the World Series, which starts tonight, 8:00. It's now about an hour away. First off, right at the top, give me a prediction. What do you think?
Well, the biggest a-hole in town is rooting for the Yankees. Maz is rooting for the Yankees. Like, that's a disgrace. You grew up here. How are you rooting for the Yankees? He's the biggest troll ever. And it gets to me, even though I know he's trolling, shouldn't. But, like, you're a disgrace of a Boston man to be rooting for the Yankees in this World Series. I hate the Dodgers more than anything. Like, I need to go buy a Dodgers jersey for how excited I am to root for them. I hate the Yankees more than anything. everything about them. I can't stand it. I need them to lose. I need the Dodgers to win tonight. I don't need to be stressing about this series.
All right, how many games?
I'll go Dodgers in 6.
That's my prediction.
But I could see the series going either way. There's no clear favorite here.
Well,
no one's got like
again,
a dominant pitching staff or anything.
right.
So
Again,
those guys get guys. They got guys who can hit. They get guys who can go cold ball hitting. They got it's not a pitcher that I'm scared. Cole, I guess maybe could have a legacy series here, but we'll see.
He's pitched a lot. I go Dodgers. I like Dodgers in 6. They come back home and win at home finally, and Dave Roberts can get his coronation eventually. Booney will find a way to screw it up. This is the first. This is a very interesting stat. There've been.
I hate both managers.
We'll talk about that in a minute. This is the first time since 1981 they played each other, Dodgers and Yankees. Prior to that, from 1941 till 1981, they played 11 times. So that just goes to show you how baseball's changed. The Yankees and Dodgers aren't dominating more when they dominated because they're in the two biggest media markets. $300 million teams relying on bullpen games. I think that's the crux where I would think the Dodgers might not be able to win because they're going to have to go with one bullpen game, which means Ryan Brazier or Michael Kopech or one of those guys is going to have to start, and somebody's got to eat some middle innings. And the Yankee lineup is strong enough in the middle that can wreak havoc on. I'm not going to mediocre bullpen pitchers, but pitching. Where do you see a team like it's be like the Red Sox in 2018 throwing a bullpen game? How does that impact this whole series, the pitching wise? Where they
look, it is what it is. It's circumstances. It's they feel that their best shot. They don't have enough starters, healthy starters. Like at the end of the day, it's all about health here. It's like they spend all this money, but like who's hurt? How much are they paying Kershaw? Isn't he hurt? How much are they paying Glass now? Isn't he hurt? They have how much are they paying? Or like who else they have? A Dustin May who's been hurt. For all these guys, it's like that's just how baseball is. It's like pitchers get hurt. So I'm not gonna fault them for spending $300 million and having a bullpen game because their guys are hurt. Like that's just how it goes.
They're gonna go.
I'll give them credit. They're in the World Series. They got pitchers hurt. They're in the World Series because they spent money and they could suffer these. They could get through these bad injuries because they spent money.
Right, they got Yamamoto, Buehler, and Flaherty. Those are the 3 starters versus the Yankees.
And they had to trade for Flaherty. They had to add Flaherty.
I know, and they added Buehler. Buehler's coming off the second.
Well, they didn't add him. He was on the.
Yeah, he was an add in the middle of the year. Whereas the Yankees are going to go with Cole, Rodon, Heel, whatever his name is. And I heard Nestor Cortez is coming back from the dead to pitch probably as well. So. Starting pitching, I give the Yankees the edge in starting pitching only because at some point Carlos Rodon's going to throw a gem, which he has done. But it's going to who can get to the
this is clear. Cole has to be pitching tonight, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cole if he look again. I'm telling you, I think the more I think about it, like Stan Otani, all this, he has the most riding on this year. He has the most to gain and the most to lose almost. Like if he throws 2 gems. I mean, he goes up all this hate that he gets, and I hate it, and all this dork because he's such a dork. It all goes away. He becomes the pitcher of the generation. He becomes the guy of his age, which he already pretty much is. But I mean, he solidifies. He becomes an all-time great pitcher if he can have a 1 or 2 great games here for the Yankees. But again, if he sucks, if he gives up a 3-run homer tonight to Otani, gives up 5 earned in 4 innings. He's going to get trashed on, and that's because he's the highest paid pitcher in baseball. So I think he is, the more I think about it, this is the series of Garrett Cole, not Otani, not Judge, all that. Let's see what Garrett Cole does tonight.
That's true. See. We'll see. I think
and beyond seeing him get pulled in the 3rd inning like we did live.
And a walkout was down. But the issue again comes down to
they don't get fans like us, though.
No. We'll see what happens.
In LA, like they're not going to torment. He won't get tormented by them tonight, like he would at Fenway or at what?
The edges with the Yankees pitching wise, no doubt about it. And I agree with you on Garrett Cole.
The more I think about it, the Yankees probably going to win this series.
Nah, they're not. They don't have the bullpen. I think Luke Weaver pisses all over himself, throws up in the big situation. That's really key. But again, the Dodgers bullpen ain't the greatest thing ever either. So. I think it comes down to it'll be hopefully a slugfest, which will be fun. Baseball's more fun when they're slugging each other out than they're winning.
No. I want honestly. I hate Cole. I hate the Yankees, but like if Cole dominates tonight, like goes 7 innings, strikes out 10, no, like 1 or 2 earned.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like that's kind of what I want to see. If he's just if it's the 6th, 7th inning and he's got a big at bat and strikes out Otani and shows emotion, like I'll be like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I hate the Yankees and everything.
Okay,
But to do that for the Yankees in the playoffs, I would actually respect that.
That
So
leads
I think a
us-
lot. I keep saying it, but a lot on Cole tonight. And again, me and Cole have a big history with fantasy baseball. He's my fantasy baseball like my best fantasy
Oh,
baseball
yeah,
player
yeah.
ever. So again, all eyes on him tonight.
I got a lot of fantasy players on my best ever list. The two of them are playing. That brings us to the managers.
Mike Trout plays a lot of
Roberts and Boone. Who are you talking to? Roberts and Boone. Simple as that. Who has the edge? I think Roberts has the edge because Boone will make a mistake. Boone will make the mistake of taking Cole out of a game so he doesn't get that opportunity in the sixth inning to get the out. If Ohtani comes up in the sixth inning in a 2-0 game, the Yankees leading, and there's 2 men on base, I guarantee you Cole's not facing him. So I think that both managers to me are subpar, but I think Boone will eventually make a major mistake that'll cost them a series. Boone or Roberts, who you taking?
Neither. I don't want any. I'm not answering that question.
I'll
take neither. No, honestly, I would let one of the players manage my team before I let one of those two.
So like I said, I think Boone will make a mistake. Roberts will finally get his just due. I think his lineup is a little bit better. It's a little deeper. That brings the lineup. This is remarkable that we're going to have 2 MVPs playing each other in the World Series. I don't know when the last time it happened. I'd have to go back and look. Judge versus Ohtani is a great matchup. Big, powerful left-hand hitter, big, powerful right-hander. What?
Well, did Bellinger win the MVP in 2018? I think he might have. Either him or Yelich did, and the Red Sox played
Yelich won in
Dodgers.
And
then Bellinger won in 2019.
Bellinger until 2019.
I don't know. I do have a computer. You don't have your computer or anything. I don't know about that. I think Bellinger.
You forgot your computer. That's why we're on the phone.
Yeah.
So no, okay, but it's Judge.
Can you still see me or no?
What? Judge and Ohtani.
Who's
gonna have a better series first?
I just went off. Still see me. Everything's glitching out because I went on. I tried to look that up, but I didn't. Okay, what?
Judge or Ohtani? Who's gonna have a better series?
I want to say a name, but I'll go Ohtani.
Okay, Stanton or Betts? No, Soto or Betts? Better series.
Let's just go Mookie. I'm gonna go all the Dodgers. I'm not picking Yankees.
And then Freddie Freeman, who's a wild card against Stanton, he's gonna have a better series. I think again it comes down to the depth of the lineups. And here we've talked about this in private, but this is the Heim-Bloom World Series. You know that, right? This is the Heim-Bloom.
Yes, Brusdar Graterol I saw made the team.
Oh, not only that,
take him.
we have Brusdar Graterol, we have Enrique Hernandez, we have Mookie Betts, we have Verdugo, all of them not playing for the Red Sox, right? So this is the Betts Verdugo trade head. I hope Verdugo strikes out to end the World Series. That'll make me the happiest guy in the world. And I hope Mookie continues the hot series that he's had. But my happy place will be when Mookie wins and Verdugo loses. But
Mookie winning wouldn't do anything for me. I don't really care about him winning or not, but I just want the Yankees to lose. So like if Xander were playing, I would really want Xander to win. Mookie, I don't know. I don't care if he wins or not. And I love Mookie more than anything, but whatever.
And I want to see Ohtani win, so it shuts everybody up. That's all. Freddie Freeman coming back from an ankle injury is a question mark at first base. But their infield defense ain't the greatest either. And I think he got hurt on a play by the Rollhouse kid at shortstop. Defensively, where's the advantage for the Dodgers? I
don't know.
Catcher. You don't know. Catcher.
Is that where it is? Is that where their advantage is? I don't know.
Stupid Yankee mustaches leads with their catcher and their first.
I don't know. I don't know where the advantage is for the defensive. The defensive advantage. I like the Chiefs defense.
The wild card was talked about that Shohei, if he was healthy, might pitch, and now they've shut that down. Wouldn't that be great? It would be great. Where's Game 6? He's out of his bullpen. He's in the 15th inning, and they're on the road 0-0, and he goes. Ohtani pitches the 16th. Would be the greatest thing in the history. And then the bottom of the 16th, it's the home run to win the World Series. That would be my ideal situation. It's like
you sound like a Mike Lupica story. No one cares. Just let's play the series. Let's watch Garrett Cole strike out 10 tonight. That's my call. Cole striking out 10 tonight. What do we got with college football? We got to give our pick.
Oh, wait. I want who is the most? What player who's not Judge, Stanton, or Soto, or Mookie Freeman, or Betts, Mookie Freeman or Ohtani? What player? All the time, weird players come up with MVP. Is there somebody out there that
you didn't mention Garrett Cole there. I just been spending all this.
Okay, you got Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole's my MVP pick. He's got no. I'm not talking myself into the Yankees. No. Kike Hernandez.
That's what I was going to say.
Max Muncy.
You watch. Kike will have a great series.
He went well. When we went nuts in 2021,
He had a
was
great
one of
series.
the major parts of that. Like he went crazy.
Kike
In those
Hernandez
games.
is my guy. Just to pick a guy, I was going to pick Kike Hernandez.
I'll go Max Muncy.
Oh, good pick. And now for the Yankees, who can we look to shock the world? Birdie or
Dude, I hate the
Austin
Yankees
Wells?
so much. It's not even realistic.
No, you know who I got for the Yankees?
You know, we did
Who
the
got for the
Lions thing.
Who?
We did the Lions thing.
Yeah.
Remember we did the Lions. If the Lions win the Super Bowl, I'm quitting the podcast.
Yes.
If Verdugo wins the MVP of the World Series, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Let's go. So Jack's prediction is if Verdugo wins the World Series, he will be done podcasting.
No, World Series MVP.
World Series MVP, he's done. I like
Gone.
that bet. I like that bet. He's not going to come close. For the Yankees, I think the one that
It's hard to do it.
if we go Kike Hernandez, I'm going to say on the Yankees, it's Gleyber Torres.
Point. It's not like winning the NBA Finals MVP where it's like going to be one of the best players in the world. It's like Steve Pierce can win it. Anyone you have you hit 2 or 3 home runs and it's like you got it. Pablo Sandoval.
They have to win the World Series and win. Not
Correct, win. And they 100% could win. All right.
So for everybody enjoy the World Series. We'll keep next Wednesday. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 games. 4 games under our belts with Game 5 coming up, so we'll actually know what the direction of the series. And for all us Yankee haters out here, God bless the Dodgers, even though I hate rooting for the Dodgers too, but that's the way it goes. All right, Jack, I got to get this water. College football. Last week, we blew over some of this stuff. Your favorite team, Nebraska, got their asses kicked by Indiana, who might be a real deal.
That was a very old thing you just did there. We had to take a pause in the podcast for you to sip your water.
I have a little sore throat here going today.
You got to do the 2 hands. You drink it with the 2 hands.
Like that?
Yeah. Okay. What were you saying? College football? Who played last? We talked last week. We talked about Nebraska.
Temple one. All right. So coming up this week, I just want to ask you. I want to ask you what you think. That's not tomorrow. That's Sunday. Shit, I'm in trouble if that something popped up on my screen. Who do you think? Top your 12 predictions. Who do you got? Let's go. SEC. Give me your teams right now.
We talked about this. We actually Georgia's gonna win.
Georgia's gonna win.
Yeah.
Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State.
Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State. I like Penn State.
Okay, Texas.
No, I think I said Ohio State. I feel like we did this the last episode. I think I said Ohio State, but
because I forgot. Texas, Alabama, Tennessee, or Texas A&M.
Texas by far.
Okay, Clemson, Miami, SMU, or Pitt.
I love Clemson.
All right, BYU, Iowa State, or Kansas State.
I don't know anything, but Danny Ainge brought us the title, so BYU.
Okay, and then Notre Dame, Boise State, Army, Navy.
What'd you say?
Notre Dame plays Navy this week. Notre Dame, Navy.
Notre Dame. Oh, that's actually Notre Dame's playing Navy. That's a huge game. But where is that game? Where?
It's a neutral site up. Look, I'll get you.
Okay, that's all right. Notre Dame's looked unbelievable. Other than that, they've annihilated teams.
Right. Let me see. Notre Dame is playing Navy they're a 13-point favorite. Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Right, whatever. It doesn't matter where they're playing that game. Who cares?
MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, Notre Dame's probably going to end up winning that game. But that's a good – we'll see how for real Navy is. Next
is Army is still undefeated. So the Army Navy, and we talked about that last week. Our picks. We don't have a pick from Kevin, do we?
No, we don't. He's useless. I'll get his pick. We'll end up putting it in.
Well,
he's going to be able to call him. The podcast has been thrown off by going to the ABC network.
Well, we did that to see what it looked like, and now because I was coming down here, and then we do a quick Thursday one, which I'll be able to get up tonight, hopefully, before I go to bed to fly home. Let's see. I'm looking. Chris Greco has got the 2 losses, right?
Okay, what does Chris have? We're all very close. We'll get whatever. We're all you and him are very close. What did Chris won last week? You won last week. I lost. Yeah, whatever. I picked freaking Nebraska. They got killed.
First game is Eastern Michigan. -1, -3.5 against Akron, who's the worst team in the world. Wow, that's a good pick because Eastern Michigan. Oh. So Eastern Michigan is going -3 over Akron. Oof, that's a good pick, actually. And his second pick is going to be in the Big 12. He's got Kansas State -10 over Kansas. So that's who he's got. Kansas State -10 over Kansas.
I mean, that first game, What is that, like Amani Bates?
Yeah, Akron's one of the worst
Michigan?
teams.
I don't know.
Akron's one of the worst teams in the league. And then
Oh, that's cool. They're on the UMass level. Temple's actually playing good, so I won't say Temple when they did get ranked there. But yeah,
they
no, we'll see. Chris gets the 2 picks, so we'll all be even after this week. What do you have?
I got to go to the ACC, and I'm going to take my good friends SMU coming over from the American. They're minus 11 or 11 and a half over Duke. It's a risky pick, but SMU's got this great offense, and they still have a chance to win the ACC championship or play for it against Clemson or Miami. So I'm going to go Southern Methodist University minus 11 and a half over Duke.
So my pick, it's basically a repeat pick, but I picked Illinois again. Illinois was like a 19-point underdog at Penn State. A whiteout game at Penn State. Penn State, top 5 team in the country. They covered, lost by 14. They're playing at Oregon this week, so basically the same thing. And they're like, it's either 21 and a half or 22 and a half. I'll figure it out exactly, but I'm taking that. Look, Illinois is my team. They're gonna get me here. They're on the road at Oregon, but like I said, if they just do what they did against Penn State, their quarterback's good. They'll be all right. They're gonna be good. But I think it's either 21 or 22.
So Oregon,
it's that big of a difference between 20 and 22 and a half. I can't.
Illinois is 22 and a half.
Okay, perfect.
100%.
100%. So I get 3 touchdowns. They're a good team.
Yeah, I know they're a good team, but Oregon's great.
So is Penn State. I think Penn State's just as good as Oregon. They lost by 14.
Penn State's playing Wisconsin this week.
See James Franklin, by the way?
No, what did he do?
I don't know. He's not he's not PR trained.
No, not at all.
Is it the first thing you do at Penn State? Is like, this is how we address rape questions.
Well, you should have that. But you know what?
At Penn State of all schools.
You know what's funny now? I will tell you something about Joe Paterno. I know they used to.
Joe Paterno.
No, this is how long it's gone on. They used to take a kid got in trouble. The cops would call Paterno first, not anybody else. Paterno would be called, and he'd take care of whatever had to happen, and then they move on. Kid gets dismissed from the team. It was like they were this. This is why your pop-up hates Paterno, because he was like holier than thou kind of guy. And I think he was glad he got taken down by Sandusky's group. But that's what
does he hated Paterno forever?
Oh, for a long, long time, because Paterno thought he was holier than thou. My way.
When you were growing up, did he hate Paterno?
I think so. Yeah.
That's
well,
cool.
I don't think he hated Paterno until like the mid 80s, in a sense. But he didn't like Paterno. He didn't like Coach Chaney either, because Coach Chaney used to yell at everybody. I don't get it. He's crazy, my father is. But that's the way it works. But that's what happens at Penn State. That leads us to another story that
I will say about the cops calling Paterno first. You know, I bet you Kirby Smart wishes he had that. They don't call them. Oh my God.
That's probably changed. A lot of that's changed because of there's
definitely still programs though that.
There's transparency stuff from the police. Hard though. Georgia, Athens is a different town than State College though. It's a lot bigger, I would think, and just it's hard to hide things now. I'm telling you right now, it happens everywhere. These kids are getting in trouble because they're kids and they're stupid and they're big men, football players, and you look at them in the locker room signing kind of jokes. I'm kidding. But that's what happened at Penn State. And I think that you're right. They should have training. I think Franklin's so full of himself, he didn't know how to answer the question. He said, listen, his answer is simple. They have been accused of the crime. They have been kicked off the team. We'll let the courts take care of it from here on out. Simple.
Well, I did see some reporter was like, it was just a random reporter from, I think maybe from Vanderbilt, actually, from his Vanderbilt days. He's like, there's no one I've ever like asked a question who's been a bigger asshole to me than
I can only imagine.
So it's like, this checks out.
Right.
So it's like, there are people just like that. So it is what it is. All right. Those are our picks. I'm getting hungry. So I gotta comment
two more things. We got 2 more quick things to go through. My alma mater is starting to get caught in some kind of a muck of some point shaving gambling crap going on. And it's slowly, nothing's out yet, slowly trickling out. A player who used to play for us, so I really like the kid. Supposedly has done something. We don't know. You had seen it. You said you had heard it last year, and then you looked at the spreads and seen how much we lost by. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. A legacy player who just transferred over is suspended for 9 games. Because he was at St. Joe's and gambling on other sports, which I don't understand. Let me ask you this again. My mind is blown by all the pro sports take gambling money. I'm sure the NCAA is taking gambling money. Professional soccer over in Europe takes gambling money. Why can't they gamble? Everybody else is taking money on it. It's part of the
That's
NFL.
just, I mean, that's a dumb question. That's just a stupid question. You know,
I know why they can't gamble on their own
that, but
team. Can't gamble on their
look, the whole game. I agree that there's too much like gambling in sports directly with the teams and all, but like that's a stupid question that you asked. I mean, that's
I know what
obvious.
the answer is. I'm just saying it's hypocritical of the people making money. Simple as that. And Temple basketball is opening up soon. Hopefully, Coach Fisher will have it's a whole new unit of kids, in the transfer portal era. There was a big match for you this week in the Premier League.
Europa League's not big.
Europa League, and it was against one of your buddies, Jose Mourinho.
Oh,
right?
Mourinho is a classic. I mean, just look
I
up.
hear he got.
Twitter.
Is it true he got red carded for being a prick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He got a red card. So he got a red card for arguing a penalty, which the guy clearly dove, and he comes out after the game, and he goes, "The referee told me something amazing. The referee told me that he saw the action in the box where there was no penalty, and at the same time, he saw me on the touchline going crazy. He's like, this is the best ref in the world. He can see one thing he called him the best ref, like as sarcastic as possible. He's like, this is the best ref on the planet. He can see in the box and he can see me on the touchline at the same time." He's just classic. And then he was talking about how he wants to manage a club in the bottom half of the England next because he doesn't want to play in UEFA competitions anymore.
Oh, that's
Which
good.
is just he's the best. Horrible performance by Man United. Horrible coaching. I'm done with the coach. That was just the last straw. I don't even want to talk about it. But It is what it is. Mourinho gave me a good laugh.
I hope when we go, maybe we'll podcast.
It's more fun when he's not your manager and he does all that.
Maybe we'll podcast from the hotel after the game when we go over there to London, England, to Manchester. That'd be a good idea. We'll do a quick,
then I can actually talk about it. Yeah.
podcast.
I did nail the lineup though. 11. I saw the lineup leak. So if I get the lineup leaks, we're gonna get.
There's Manchester United has an app which I have to have on so we can get our tickets to see the game, and they do predictions. So my prediction was I called Jack up and give me the lineup, and God bless him, he was 11 for 11, right on. I don't know how you got some of those obscure guys though, but I'm sure you cheated.
Well, because I saw a leak. There was a leak online that said Mazraoui, our right back, was playing as an attacking midfielder. So I just was like, all right, change it and do this. I'm telling you right now, the lineup that we just want to the app should be like, okay, something's fishy here. Because with no prior knowledge, not a single person on the planet would have went 11 for 11 there. I'm telling you that right now. There's not every single person without getting that prior knowledge on that app would have got that wrong. They would have.
So I got that.
That's how absurd with the man.
I got that one right. I didn't get the goal scorer right. And because the goal scorer is Eriksson, I think, right? And I didn't get the prediction of the score right. I said 2-2. It was 1-1. And then I didn't get the man of the match, who I didn't even know who it was. I had Martinez as the man of the match, and I don't know who won. It's a tie game.
They probably didn't even give us one.
There should be no man of the match.
I heard Ugarte played pretty good. I was just watching off and on my phone at work, but that's all right. Whatever.
Okay,
all right, let me go get some food.
Okay, so that's it for episode 55. Quick wrap. We'll be back next week with more stuff. In the studio, and Jack's face will look like he's on ABC again. So for Jack Boyle, I'm Jim Boyle. It all boils down to this. We'll see you on down the road.
Thanks for listening to this episode of It All Boils Down to This, recorded at WCTV studios in our hometown of Wilmington, Massachusetts. We are always open to any ideas, critiques, topics, and guests. So if anyone out there in podcast world needs to get a hold of us, we can be reached via email at jboyle22@comcast.net. Along with Jack Boyle, I'm Jim Boyle. Make sure to tune in to the next edition of It All Boils Down to This.